where have you gained influence in your knives? I mean,
Everywhere, everywhere. And the reason why I've gained the influence everywhere is everybody has different techniques of approaches. For instance, if you want to, I like fooling with historical metals, mixing that in with my regular metals, or just taking straight historical. And a lot of times it's crap steel, okay? Like the steel from the building 2 of the Twin Towers. It's structural steel. It's not high carbon steel. So I'm going to fold in there, and I need more carbon in there. How do I add more carbon? You do it 2 different ways. You can do a Japanese technique of when you fold it, you brush it with rice straw, I believe it is, and as that rice straw burns, it's carbon. Or you can use a South American or island technique of putting sugar on it. And because when sugar burns, it's pure carbon. So you can sit there and improve the quality of your steel. So I pick up these little small things, and it's like my hammers even. I prefer Swedish hammers and Japanese hammers. I have an American hammer style. I don't use it often, but I do have it in case I need it. But I prefer little techniques from wherever I end up, you know. And so when I wanted to learn how to forge Mediterranean dirks, I went to South America where they make the gaucho knife. The gaucho, we call gauchos, it's a Mediterranean dirk. So I wanted to learn how to forge it correctly. So they was wanting me to come down and teach, and I said, okay, yes, but I want to learn how to do that. Well, Brazil, every country has a national knife, so Brazil is a large enough country. In this part, they have the Sorocaba knife, and then this how the gaucho, and both of these are integrals, and which is what I wanted to learn to forge. So when I go down there, they had me down there because they wanted to see how to make buoys and fighters, see about the world market, what's currently going on, and modernize themselves. But when going down there was one old man left that still knew how to make the traditional Sorocaba. He was 87 years old, and he was the only guy left that still knew how to do it. And so I said, okay, I'll show you how to make buoys, but we're all going to learn how to make your national knife, the Sorocaba, first. And now there's a resurgence of making and collecting the Sorocabas, and anyway, but so I like learning the techniques that they do, and it's part of the fun of this, is learning. So as a result of learning stuff, I have a regular line of knives that feeds me and pays the bills. Then I have my little one-of-a-kind pieces that allows me to play more. But then once a year, I have what I call a project piece, and that is something that's quite unusual. It's something that makes me butt my head against the wall and makes me approach everything differently. It forces me, whether I want to or not, it forces me to learn. And so, and sometimes it gets aggravating. That's one knife I've been working on off and on for 2 years, and I will finish it this year. But it's been a chore. And but it's got over 318 million layers in it, in the Damascus, because he wanted one for every person in the Census Bureau. And then the woods, the metals that's in it, is how to put enough carbon in some of these metals, and so it's been a real challenge for something like this, and weld it up without a flaw. It takes a while.